Math 6, Quarter 1, Week 5, MELC-BASED. Let's learn about multiplication of numbers with two decimal place factors. Lesson 1. Hello kids, it's me, Teacher Frel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell for the latest video. You can also follow my Facebook page, Teacher Frel TV. For today's lesson in Math 6, we will discuss about multiplication of numbers with two decimal place factors. We are now in Lesson 1 of Week 5. For most essential learning competencies, multiplies decimals and mix decimals with factors up to two decimal places. After going through this module, you are expected to multiply decimals and mix decimals up to two decimal places. In multiplying a decimals by another decimal, you can multiply them as if they are whole numbers. In placing the decimal point in the product, get the sum of the number of decimal places in each factor. For example, Sophia spent 5,800 hours sewing an apron and 300 times as much to put the finishing touches on it. How long did it take her to do the finishing touches? Step 1. Multiply by the hundreds. The first factor is 5,800. Multiply by the second factor times 300. The first factor will be multiplied by the hundreds of the second factor, which is 3. As you can see, the two factors has two decimal places. Ignore the decimal points and multiply as if they are whole numbers. 8 times 3 equals 24. Carry up 2. 5 times 3 equals 15 plus 2 equals 17. And 0 times 3 equals 0. Step 2. Multiply by the tens. The tens in the second factor is 0. 8 times 0 equals 0. 5 times 0 equals 0. And 0 times 0 equals 0. Step 3. Multiply by the ones. The ones in the second factor is 0. 8 times 0 equals 0. 5 times 0 equals 0. And 0 times 0 equals 0. And then step 4, add the partial products. So let's add, bring down 4. 7 plus 0 equals 7. 1 plus 0 plus 0 equals 1. 0 plus 0 equals 0. And bring down 0. We will place the decimal point in the product based on the total number of decimal places in the factors. In the first factor, which is called multiplicand, there are two decimal places. In the second factor, which is called multiplier, there are also two decimal places. So how many decimal places are there in the factors? 2 plus 2 equals 4. The number of decimal places in the product is the same as that in the decimal factor. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place the decimal point. So there are now 4 decimal places in the product. It took Sophia 174 10,000 hours to do the finishing touches on the apron. And now let us do our first activity. Learning Task 1. Put the decimal point in the correct place. Add 0 if needed. Write your answer in your notebook. So for number 1, we will put the decimal point in the product. First, look at the total number of decimal places in the factors. So how many decimal places are there? In the first factor, there are 2 decimal places. In the second factor, there are 2 decimal places. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. In the product, count the number of decimal places from the right. So the answer is 3 and 1,160 10,000s. Number 2. Place the correct decimal point in the product. Total the number of decimal places in the factors. There are 4 decimal places in the factors. Count the number of decimal places from the right. So therefore, the answer is 13 and 1,242 10,000s. Number 3. What is the correct decimal point in the product? Look at the factors. Count the number of decimal places from the right. So therefore, the answer is 3 and 5,568 10,000s. Number 4. What is the correct decimal point in the product? There are 4 decimal places in the factors. So therefore, the answer is 4,000s 10,000s. And number 5. What is the correct decimal point in the product? There are 4 decimal places in the factors. Therefore, the answer is 3 and 8,674 10,000s. To multiply decimals, first, ignore the decimal points and multiply as if they are whole numbers. Second, place the decimal point in the product based on the total number of decimal places in the factors. Third, in multiplying a decimal by a whole number, the number of decimal places in the product is the same as that in the decimal factor. Note: count the number of decimal places from the right. Next, let's do learning task 2. Find the product. Write your answer in your notebook. Number 1. 3 and 53 hundredths times 1 and 25 hundredths. First, multiply the first factor by the hundredths of the second factor, which is 5. 3 times 5 equals 15. Carry up 1. 5 times 5 equals 25 plus 1 equals 26. Carry up 2. 5 times 3 equals 15 plus 2 equals 17. Next, multiply by the tens, which is 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. 5 times 2 equals 10. Carry up 1. 2 times 3 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. And then, multiply by the ones, which is 1. 3 times 1 equals 3. 5 times 1 equals 5. 3 times 1 equals 3. Then add the partial products. Bring down 5. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Carry up 1. 1 plus 7 plus 0 plus 3 equals 11. Carry up 1. 1 plus 1 plus 7 plus 5 equals 14. Carry up 1. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Now, to place the decimal point in the product, we have to get the sum of the decimal places in each factors. So there are 4 decimal places. Count the decimal places of the product from the right. So the answer is 4 and 4,125 10,000s. Number 2. 2 and 32 hundredths times 2 and 31 hundredths. Multiply by the hundreds. 2 times 1 equals 2. 3 times 1 equals 3. 2 times 1 equals 2. Multiply by the tens. 2 times 3 equals 6. 3 times 3 equals 9. 2 times 3 equals 6. And then multiply by the ones. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 2 equals 6. 2 times 2 equals 4. Then add the partial products. Bring down 2. 3 plus 6 equals 9. 2 plus 9 plus 4 equals 15. Carry up 1. 1 plus 6 plus 6 equals 13. Carry up 1. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Then get the sum of the number of decimal places in each factor. There are 4 decimal places in the factors. Place the decimal point in the product. The answer is 5 and 3,592 10,000s. Number 3. 2 and 42 hundredths times 1 and 56 hundredths. Multiply by the hundreds. 2 times 6 equals 12. Carry up 1. 4 times 6 equals 24 plus 1 equals 25. Carry up 2. 2 times 6 equals 12 plus 2 equals 14. Multiply by the tens. 2 times 5 equals 10. Carry up 1. 4 times 5 equals 20 plus 1 equals 21. Carry up 2. 5 times 2 equals 10 plus 2 equals 12. Then, multiply by the ones. 2 times 1 equals 2. 4 times 1 equals 4. 2 times 1 equals 2. Then add the partial products. Bring down 2. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 4 plus 1 plus 2 equals 7. 1 plus 2 plus 4 equals 7. And 1 plus 2 equals 3. Then get the sum of the number of decimal places in each factors. So there are 4 decimal places in the factors. Place the decimal point in the product. So the answer is 3 and 7,752 10,000s. Number 4. 85 hundreds times 54 hundreds. Multiply first by the hundreds. 5 times 4 equals 20. Carry up 2. 8 times 4 equals 32 plus 2 equals 34. Carry up 3. 0 times 4 equals 0 plus 3 equals 3. Multiply by the tens. 5 times 5 equals 25. Carry up 2. 8 times 5 equals 40 plus 2 equals 42. Carry up 4. 5 times 0 equals 0 plus 4 equals 4. Then multiply by the ones, which is 0. 5 times 0 equals 0. 8 times 0 equals 0. 0 times 0 equals 0. Then add the partial products. Bring down 0. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 3 plus 2 plus 0 equals 5. 4 plus 0 equals 4. Then bring down 0. Then get the sum of the numbers of decimal places in each factors. There are 4 decimal places in the factors. Then place the decimal point in the product. The answer is 4,590 10,000s. Number 5. 15 hundreds times 55 hundreds. First, multiply by the hundreds. 5 times 5 equals 25. Carry up 2. 1 times 5 equals 5 plus 2 equals 7. 0 plus 5 equals 0. Next, multiply by the tens. 5 times 5 equals 25. Carry up 2. 1 times 5 equals 5 plus 2 equals 7. 5 times 0 equals 0. Then multiply by the ones, which is 0. 5 times 0 equals 0. 1 times 0 equals 0. 0 times 0 equals 0. Then add the partial products. Bring down 5. 7 plus 5 equals 12. Carry up 1. 1 plus 0 plus 7 plus 0 equals 8. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Bring down 0. Then get the sum of the number of decimal places in each factor. There are 4 decimal places in the factors. Put the decimal point in the product. The answer is 825 10,000s. Learning Task 3. Find the product. Write your answer in your notebook. Number 1. 3 and 25 hundreds times 8. Multiply. 5 times 8 equals 40. Carry up 4. 2 times 8 equals 16 plus 4 equals 20. Carry up 2. 3 times 8 equals 24 plus 2 equals 26. There are 2 decimal places in the factor. Place the decimal point 2 steps from the right. The answer is 26. Number 2. 3 and 71 hundreds times 9. 1 times 9 equals 9. 7 times 9 equals 63. Carry up 6. 3 times 9 equals 27 plus 6 equals 33. There are 2 decimal places in the factor. Place the decimal point in the product. So the answer is 33 and 39 hundreds. Number 3. 4 times 13. 0 times 3 equals 0. 0 times 3 equals 0. 4 times 3 equals 12. 0 times 1 equals 0. 0 times 1 equals 0. 4 times 1 equals 4. Then add the partial products. Bring down 0. 0 plus 0 equals 0. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Then there are 2 decimal places in the factor. Put the decimal point in the product. So the answer is 52. Number 4. 8 and 30 hundredths times 25. First, multiply by the ones. 0 times 5 equals 0. 3 times 5 equals 15, carry up 1. 8 times 5 equals 40 plus 1 equals 41. Then multiply by the tens. 0 times 2 equals 0. 3 times 2 equals 6. 8 times 2 equals 16. Then add the partial products. Bring down 0. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 4 plus 6 equals 10. Carry up 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. There are 2 decimal places in the factor. Place the decimal point in the product. So the answer is 207 and 50 hundredths. And number 5, 3 and 24 hundredths times 36. First, multiply by the ones. 4 times 6 equals 24, carry up 2. 2 times 6 equals 12, plus 2 equals 14, carry up 1. 3 times 6 equals 18, plus 1 equals 19. Then multiply by the tens. 4 times 3 equals 12, carry up 1. 2 times 3 equals 6, plus 1 equals 7. 3 times 3 equals 9. Then add the partial products. Bring down 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 9 plus 7 equals 16. Carry up 1. 1 plus 1 plus 9 equals 11. There are 2 decimal places in the factor. Place the decimal point in the product. So the answer is 116 and 64 hundredths. For learning task 4, letter A, answer the following. Number 1. How many decimal places is the product of 345 thousandths and 6 tenths? Multiply 345 thousandths times 6 tenths. First, multiply by the tens. 5 times 6 equals 30, carry up 3. 4 times 6 equals 24, plus 3 equals 27, carry up 2. 3 times 6 equals 18, plus 2 equals 20. Then multiply by the ones, which is 0. 5 times 0 equals 0. 4 times 0 equals 0. 3 times 0 equals 0. And 0 times 0 equals 0. Then add the partial products. Bring down 0. 7 plus 0 equals 7. 0 plus 0 equals 0. 2 plus 0 equals 2. Then bring down 0. Then get the sum of the decimal places in each factor. In the first factor, there are 3 decimal places. In the second factor, there is only 1 decimal place. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Then place the decimal point in the product. 4 steps from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 decimal places in the product. The answer is 4 decimal places. Number 2. The product of 2 decimal numbers is 20 and 62 thousandths. One of the factors has 2 decimal places. How many decimal places has the other factor? So there are 2 decimal places in each factor. The product is 20 and 62 thousandths. Consider the first factor has 2 decimal places. In the product, there are 3 decimal places. So that means the second factor has only 1 decimal place. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So in the product, there are 3 decimal places. The answer is, the other factor has only 1 decimal place. For learning task 4, letter B, solve the given problems. Write your answer in your notebook. Number 1. A beach house rents for 1,550 pesos and 50 centavos a day. How much will Mr. Sebastian pay if his family stays for 5 days? Multiply 1,550 pesos and 50 centavos times 5 days. 0 times 5 equals 0. 5 times 5 equals 25, carry up 2. 0 times 5 equals 0 plus 2 equals 2. 5 times 5 equals 25, carry up 2. 5 times 5 equals 25 plus 2 equals 27, carry up 2. 1 times 5 equals 5 plus 2 equals 7. There are 2 decimal places in the factor. Place the decimal point in the product, 2 steps from the right. The answer is 7,752 pesos and 50 centavos. Mr. Sebastian will pay 7,752 pesos and 50 centavos for 5 days stays. Number 2. A jeweler had 6,500 grams of gold. He used 600 of this for a pair of earrings. How much gold did he use if he made 3 pairs of earrings? First, multiply 6,500 times 600. 5 times 6 equals 30, carry up 3. 6 times 6 equals 36 plus 3 equals 39. Carry up 3. 6 times 0 equals 0 plus 3 equals 3. Next, 6,500 times 0 equals zeros. And then for the ones, 6,500 times 0 equals zeros. Then add the partial products. Bring down 0. 9 plus 0 equals 9. 3 plus 0 plus 0 equals 3. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Then bring down 0. Then get the sum of the decimal places in each factor. There are 4 decimal places in the factors. Place the decimal point in the product. Count 4 steps from the right. Then multiply 390 10,000s by 3. 0 times 3 equals 0. 9 times 3 equals 27, carry up 2. 3 times 3 equals 9 plus 2 equals 11, carry up 1. 0 times 3 equals 0 plus 1 equals 1. Then 0 times 3 equals 0. There are 4 decimal places in the factor. Place the decimal point in the product. So that means the answer is 117 grams if he made 3 pairs of earrings. So kids, do you understand our lesson for today? Wow! Good job! Kids, I hope you learn a lot from this lesson. Until our next topic, bye-bye kids! Thanks for watching!